should have by Sister Ana Maria when she concluded sharing. The first attitude of the formator is to welcome and to listen to the experiences, feelings, emotions, historical backgrounds of the formants, and thus to understand them and the importance of doing the autobiography with the formants as means to express themselves and their experiences in life. Afterwards, we some some open space for dialogue, and on that moment there is some points to consider and reminded. First, to help the formers to make the proper format of application and evaluation. Second, to encourage the junior sisters to give their evaluation and application to the superior of the community before they pass it to the delegation. Second, to pass individually the feedback of the evaluation of the community and their personal evaluation to the junior sisters in the community. Fourth, to be updated with the encyclic of the Pope Laudate Deum, because it is an urgent call to take care of our nature. Fifth, the invitation for the Portuguese class starting on November 22, 2023, once a week. Sixth, proposal for the next encounter, being requested to Sister Dulcinéa to give the overview how the formation evolving in the congregation, how are we going to do, and what kind of formats that we want to have in the congregation as the young generation with more challenges in our today's world, the lack of enthusiasm, the zeal and passion for missionary life, the capacity to be self-motivated or being the protagonist. How to help one another in vocation animation, to have a day for vocation animators to finalize the material or small book of the congregation for the material for the vocation promotion so as to be translated according to its reality of language. Tentative months for the next Formators encounter will be on the third week of January 2024. Then the online encounter concluded at 6:50 in the evening with the final prayer led by Sister Elizabeth as she quoted the prayer of Mother Leonia, after which followed...
Am I the one losing sound?
Very small, sister.
Your sound, Sister Lucy, is very low.
Then the online encounter concluded at 6:50 in the evening with the final prayer led by Sister Elizabeth as she quoted the prayer of Mother Leonia, after which followed with the Hail Mary that was being prayed together by everyone. Having nothing more to add, we close the minutes of the online Formators encounter of the delegation. Thursday, October 26, 2023, Sister Hilde and Sister Lucy as secretaries of the day. Thank you, Sister.
Thank you, Sister Lucy. Thank you for you and Sister Hildy who prepared these minutes. And as we have our perspective of the previous encounter we have today, to realize one of those, because the other one for the vocation directresses, I think have not yet even scheduled, na? And it's good that Sister Rhea and Sister Lucy are here. From India, I do not know what's going on. It's supposed to be Sister Grishma who will be joining us today. But anyway, we continue. I would like to thank personally on behalf of all of us for the openness and the passion of Sister Dulcinéa to give us today what we expected from previous meeting. And I am very 100%, 101% that today is a very informative and formative and enriching input from our very own former provincial, general, local superior, and all of the above, and a very passionate missionary in Sri Lanka. And we are very glad, we are very honored to have her in our delegation and to be our guest speaker this morning or today. Let us all welcome Sister Dulcinea, our very own. I'm sorry, sister, the sound.
Sister, how is it without is better? Ah, okay, I will take out this one because sometimes instead to help, disturb, no? So at first, I thank you very much for this opportunity. Of course, I am not here as a speaker, but as a sister's witness, no, sharing with you my experience throughout this history of our congregation, formation history, no? As I was looking up, the topic was asking me, yes, my God, I belong to 3 generations already. The generation of the founders, the generation, those who are with the founders, and the formators, of course, the new generation, the ones new confounders, most of them only sister who were with the founders. No, some of you even the confounders maybe. I don't know if all of you knew the confounders, but at least you knew the sister of the first hour, we call, no? The ones lived with the founders. And so I am living with you, no, the third generation. It may be the fourth generation will come. Those will not meet the founders, will not meet the confounders, and maybe even not meet the ones who knew the founders like us. No? So what I will give you is a sharing of my experience. I name here a historical and experiential overview from the time of the founders until now, the formation from that time up to now. I praise my name because it's a personal experience. That's why I place it here, because each one of us, no, when we overview one situation, maybe we focus more one aspect or another, no? Or maybe we just look all together, no? So in this my sharing, and there will be a moment we just look at this as a history, huh? Without describe much, without go in to highlight. But there will be also moment I can share some experience from my part, you know. So this is just to say historical experiential overview from my aspect. Of course, if you listen others, formators who live like my time, when I enter in the congregation has 8 years of foundation. So was still a child. And I can say the first formator was the first formator, because formator really official, the novice mistress, no? In that time was the second. The second was my formator. I will show you even in the picture appear in this PowerPoint. So this just to clarify, no? Historical but experiential. Maybe you don't find all this in the books or document, but entering in the congregation when the congregation was only 6 years old, up to now, you can imagine, almost 58 years, no? 50 years, 8 of history. So, clarify this. We go to the next, no? We see formation. What is formation? At first, to look at formation as process. This is my introduction. No? Is a process. And I asked Sister Elizabeth to take this image, because when we look at this image, and the molding, the potter, we see these hands. We ask ourselves, whom is this hand? Of course, we'll see after, God's hands, mediators, formators, community, environment, realities, cultural, environment, social, and so on. But the material, this nobody gives, comes from God. So the first agent of the formation is God, who created the person. And each person, there is already all the possibilities to be developed. God, the Holy Spirit, Christ, Trinitarian agent, they are there working us. But also they serve with the others agent or mediations, So the hands inside, we can just interpret, is God's hands, or inside of us, the Holy Spirit working in us. But externally, we have other mediations, Human mediation, but also environment. If you do this one, under the rain, what happened? Need to have a right environment to make the potter, And also should be a pose on the ground. What is a foundation? The ground, something solid. Was there, if from there, on this foundation, we can say, on the foundation of formation, work this hand, this mediation, work the material until to have this potter, model the potter. Of course, there have many phases, I will not stop how formation is done, this process, but just mention, First, to purify the material, to have an idea what we want to do, What we want to do, and vase for flour or to cook, whatever, need to have an image. And here we are talking about formation as religious, a person who is called to be disciple of Jesus, to live consecrated life as Clarisha missionary. So this is the plan of God for us. The formator should have very clear on this process, having this material, on this human person to be formed, should have it clear, form a disciple of Christ. So the image, as Ephesians we find, the image to be molded is the image of Christ, is a disciple of Christ. But we cannot forget also, this person in herself, she has already the image of God. She was created as image of God, Trinity. So the formator will find out to help this to become. Is already like a seed, like the material, the plant, but she needs to develop to become more visible in her, this image of God, Trinity, but also to become a disciple of Jesus. The plan, we can say, the project for these young people called by God and entrust to us in the formation, she's called to become more, to identify more to Jesus. And when finish this formation, until all of us come to the unity of faith and knowledge to the Son of God, to maturity. What will be our maturity? When we reach the end. Of course, the image of Christ, but each person will reach this image at the end of her process of formation. Let us go on. The formation we have here, Jesus formed his disciples. When he formed his disciples, he has already presented his forming his disciples, his apostles, those he called to be with him and those he called to be sent. This is very important, We know many times he talked to the people. Example, the sower, He talked to the people because the message is for all. But after he gathered his apostles, he explained to them better. When he sent the apostles, he doesn't send all the crowd. We have different commissioning in the gospel. Before resurrection, send among the Israelites. But after resurrection, before ascension, he sent is commissioning universal to the end of earth. So we have here in this image, formation in religious life we are talking about, is permanent and ranges from vocation ministry, because vocation ministry, when you talk about discernment, we are not talking about discernment, of course, start as a Christian, her project of life, but we are talking here those feel called to religious life already, or candidate, we call them candidates, because there is a difference. All pastoral, youth pastoral is vocational, but it's different when you have already candidate who want to discern her vocation, religious life. So we are calling here vocation ministry ou acompanhamento, vocational acompanhamento of the candidate until ongoing formation when finish our life. I don't know if you can see this image, because it's small, of course, but here is our group of formation. Our novitiate is a crown, no? We started 63. And you see Mother Leonia in the center We see Mother Tarcisia at the right of Mother Leonia, and the left we see our formator. She was the second novice mistress. So you can imagine, I entered 8 years, congregation. The first novice mistress, she was, we'll see another picture, but was in the time of the second novice mistress. In that time, the formator, really called formator, or better, mistress, only the novice is called novice mistress, because have all the orientation canon law about her, about the other, no much. But in canon law, we find about the condition for the novice mistress, like for the seminarium. So here you can see my group. Now we are still 21. Celebrate already our gold jubilee from this group. In this group belong Sister Lazar, belong Ana Bruscato, Lucia Amabile, who is the provincial in Africa, and many others, and just Genoveva, Sister Genoveva, and others. We can go to the next. We see here Jesus forming his disciples and Mother Leonia Fondres, with the novice mistress, who are taking care of our formation. This is a group of novices. We can go, we are already in the history. At the same time, see the history, we see also the process. If formation is a process, we end the formation. And we arrive to unite ourselves to Jesus. Of course, we think about death, but not as a death, but a full covenant. No more we believe by faith, but we see personally God. There, finished. I can say to you by experience, I am accompanying Sister Irene, Sister Irene, and Sister Irene live this moment, for her, why it's so difficult to die, she used to say, it's so difficult to die. Because in her case, you can imagine, you are dying slowly, you are knowing you are dying. Some sister, like Sister Agnes, she just was found ready in her process, and the Lord called her. But some other, they have this very long process, We can say this is the last stage of their formation. Formed to be united, united to the Lord, to whom they look for, seek during all their life, And this is supposed to be all of us, committed in identify ourselves with Jesus, but remember that not only Jesus preaching, not only Jesus healing, not only will Jesus be recognized by the crowd, but unite with Jesus even in his last stage, in giving up his life, for the salvation of humankind. This is what in our process of formation we call the redemptive dimension. And many times in our process of formation, of course, the young sisters, the young girls enter, they want to be happy. They want to realize their life, their project of life, especially be happy. Now, if you ask them their language, I want to be happy. I want something I like. I feel okay. I feel at home. This is good for the beginning. Like boyfriend and girlfriend, Of course, they dream their life as an adventure with only happiness. But the true life embrace also the redemptive dimension, like Jesus. Always in our formation for disciples of Jesus, we cannot forget. We are identifying ourselves and the people entrust to us, the girls entrust to us. They are looking for the happiness, of course, but the true happiness is not on this earth. Of course, you don't say this in process of discernment because they will not understand. But as we go on in our formation, especially when we reach our ongoing formation and growing old, we have to understand and to accept fully. We are almost in the last stage of our vocation, like me, like my group, no? We talk about the old ones. But not only the old ones suffer, not only old ones died. So we need to, in our formation, talking about ourselves especially, you know, we need to live in this process. If you don't experience this process, we cannot teach to the 4 months. More than teach them, witness to them the formation they are going through. And also, just to clarify, formation is not teaching, sisters. Formation is not teachings. Formation is not information. Of course, there are also teaching, information, learning, no? Many things we learn. But what we receive as information, as teachings, as orientation, should be brought to practice. No? That's why formation is like molding ourselves, no? Molding ourselves, and this molding all our experience of life. Everything we learn, no? Teaching, information, we experience contribute to our formation. When you talk about formation, it's very wide, the meaning of this process. That's why it's a process, processing all those dimensions. Okay, let us go to the next. Yes, here we start already to see the formation, the time of our founders. Here you can see our founder, our father founder, Mother Leonia, and this group is still more or less before our group. And you can see in the right side, in this side, you can see standing, the first novice mistress, Madre Marisa Somese was the first novice mistress. And at the back of her was Mother Marta Haddad. Mother Marta Haddad, she was formate of our confondres. She started teaching them Portuguese. But of course, she was the one who introduced them in our reality, in our culture, in our history, in our church environment. No? You can see the confondres with this picture. I think is one retreat, from one retreat. I think because Sin is the group before us. The group before us. And Mother Auxilias is standing, Eucharist standing close to our Father Founder, just to see. So the formation starts with our own founders, the first formators. We talk about congregation. The first formation were our founders. Even we have our novíssimo stress in our time and before us in Londrina, Don Geraldo and Madalionia even more often, once a week, they used to give formation to us. We used to say conferences, no? They come to give their conference because we have our mistress, she accompanies us in everything, in practical matters, informing us human, teaching even the simple things, no? But our founders, they gave us what we used to call in that time conferences, because about religious life, about the gospel, about charisma of the congregation. No? We don't call charism in that time because this word came after Vatican II, but we call identity of the congregation or spirit of the congregation, finality of the congregation, no? To glorify the Lord for the sanctification of the members and also for the evangelization, collaboration with the church in the evangelization. These three aspects of our finality or our identity, no, they used to help us to understand, and to seek the glory of the Lord in all spiritual formation, we call nowadays, spiritual formation or spirituality formation, to seek our sanctification, even the process of accept, how we call assessing, assessing, renúncia, mortification, virtues, all this dimension, no? It's human, but spiritual at the same time, no? They used to give us conferences about this. We find in the teachings of our founders, what they used to teach us. Sometimes you see in the message of Don Geraldo is a summary, because there was a conference, and in the message, we find some summary about community life, about mission, about our charism, our mission, especially with the poor. This was the conference of the formation they used to give to us, and the formator, since the simple things, because usually the 4 months pre-novitiate and novitiate, they were 14 years above, no? And some, they enter even smaller, but after we see different stages of formation. We can go to the next. In the time of our founders, the formation in our congregation, here we take from our constitution, actual constitution, no? I place this image, you can say is the Bible, is the document of the church, is a document of congregation, what we can call doctrinal formation, no? What we receive. We receive, starting enlightening our lives, no? Like the disciples of Emmaus, no? Start to warm our hearts, enlighten our mind. What we receive should enlighten our mind, but should also touch our heart, no? Warm our heart and transform our life. So formation, the process of formation in our congregation should be something transforming our life. But we see in the Constitution is stated, is comprehensive. It means all dimensions should be there, all dimensions should be gradual. That's why you have stages of formation. Aspirancy, postulancy, all the stage we know, no? Is personalized. Of course, we have group no? We have batch to facilitate, no? But formation should touch person in different way, no? That's why if you have one dimension for the group, especially informations, or what you call theoretical teachings, no? But should be the dimension personalized. That's why we'll see in the new plan of formation, we need accompaniment, individual accompaniment. And this one, since the beginning of the congregation, we have that. But of course, since the group were big, we don't have so often like now. No? The big group, I remember 63, the mistress start, listening one by one, supposed to be once a month. But when finished the month, she was middle group, no? So the first one, they used to go every month. But the last one, sometimes we go less often, no? Less often because the first one, they need to go again, no? You know, all group, we have the ones very, how we can say, no? Always they are in front. Like only they are in need of. And the other, no? They just are in the back. Okay, you want to go, you need to go, you go ahead. If you start again, no? So the last ones, I was 48. 48. So half above, no, we have less chance, no? We give always chance to the first ones because they have many needs, no? They are, maybe they are, we're more open, no? More open, we are more shy, more, no? But since the beginning, the time of Mother Leonia, formation was personalized, require individual accompaniment, no? Sometimes we have this personal, but we used to have also written to make our evaluation, written evaluation, not once a year, like now, but monthly in our retreat, our recollection, we should make something about our journey. So personalize in this way also, no? Written to the novice mistress, especially novitiate, but also to Mother Leonia. And during the juniorate also, every time we have our recollection day, especially we juniors, but the sister also, we used to write one letter to Mother Leonia telling about our process, our life, how we feel, our defects, what we want to grow, what we want to convert, all these things, no? Our evaluation really like a confession, no? In that time. Personalized, just to stress these words. According to different circumstances, stages, no stage of formation, but circumstance of time and place. So every Clarisha may live fully. This is important. It's not only live. We talk about without enthusiasm, without commitment. No, we are called to live fully the gift of missionary vocation. This is important. If you have there your candidates or 4 months, they are aspirant or postulant, don't have this, what you can call, this desire, this desire to grow, to go on, to, if they are not dreaming, people who dream for their life, I'm sorry, maybe they are not for this kind of life. Because if you start without enthusiasm, you cannot go far. When difficulties come, especially in juniorate, because in the other station, they go with the group, no? Easily, they follow the group, the batch. But junior 8, no. Junior 8, you are most of the time with your own self, with the community, with the reality, to face the reality and to answer to yourself, I really want this kind of life or not? I am really to follow Jesus, no more to follow my formator, to follow my batch, but to follow Jesus. So remember this, no? Live fully the gift of missionary vocation. Don Geraldo, Mother Leone, they talk a lot about this, no? I remember always that sentence of Don Geraldo. We need to have always our hands, no, raise our hand. Lord, here I am. In good time, in difficult time. Lord, here I am. No? Like starting every day. Mother Leonia has another sentence I remember, no, just come to my mind, you know, to say to ourselves, only for today I face this situation, because tomorrow is another day. Jesus taught us every day has her own cross. Every day also we have our own gift, our own grace. No? So don't worry too much with the future far, but dream the future, of course. Dream the future and look forward, but face the reality today, only for today, Mother Leonia. No? Don't shout out, Lord, here I am. Okay, next. Yeah, so here Don Geraldo, no? We know Don Geraldo used to give conferences. I call conference like before we call, no? Nowadays we call formation. Was really formation, no? Minimum once a week, he used to go to give information to the novices, but all our retreat, annual retreat, he used to give, not only in Brazil, but going to Africa, going to Europe, the annual retreat, he was the one most of the time, almost every year, giving us a retreat. In Londrina, for postulante and novices, or the group of juniors gathering, preparing for the perpetual, he used also to give formation and the monthly recollection. What he said, no? Whatever your age, capacity, occupation, you need, no, if you want, you need to prepare and specialize yourself to fulfill the Father's will, serving your brothers and sisters as better you can. I just cut it because the thought will be long here. No, serve your brothers and sisters. And he used to say, as Jesus did everything well, small and big, as Jesus did everything well, you should do also the same. The sisters are required to have solid formation and updating formation. And this is very important. Nowadays, maybe we have to improve this updating formation, especially professional, no? Update formation. And he was very concerned, Mother Leone, also about the updating formation, no? According to our mission, especially. Anyway, Don Geraldo was not only giving formation personally, but writing, no? Almost every month, no? With this bulletin or informativo, no, Carta em Família, he was sending a message to us. No? The message you have, I was the first one to collect. When I started the formation with the sisters, no? The novices, my first group were the novices. And I wanted the teaching of Don Geraldo because I remember in our time, I collect, no, photocopy from all the Carta em Família, the message, the first book there in home, maybe they have still, no? A photocopy of the messages, bound, and to have the teachings of Don Geraldo. Of course, nowadays you have public publishing this one in different languages. Because he used to form us, give formation, writing in Carta em Família, but also individually. Don Geraldo always used to answer our letters. But of course, his answer was the biggest one card. You can see on his table, no? He used to write to give the answer with one card. Sometimes one sentence, sometimes little more, because even the address should go there, no? A very short message. But this was the way he used to maintain communication with the doctors. I have some from him, I received. And some even small, the card, just the card you have for visitor, no address, his address, his name, and he used to write in the back. And you receive the envelope, big envelope, but inside just very small card, with the message answering to our letters. Let's go next. Mother Leonia. Mother Leonia not only taught us we need to care for our formation, but she taught us with her example. You can imagine in her time, there was no specific books about religious life, not like nowadays, especially in her time of formation. But when she entered religious life already, I admire this one because she lived in time of war in Italy, in difficult time after the first war and before the second war. And she was already graduate as a teacher. And in that time, go for studies, to have studies, even teacher, no, for maternal school. Always I remember Madeleine was formed like me because we have the same profession, no? But when she entered, she was already teacher. And this one with difficulties from her and from her family. And when she entered the congregation, she doesn't lose time. All books, all articles, magazine about spirituality, religious life, no much, but the ones in her time she used to look for. I remember in her time we used to have from Italy, because in Brazil no too much, but to what you call to pay, Osservatore Romano and other newspaper for formation. If you go to Londrina, you can see, her library, personal library, in memory house, but we can see also there in General 8, we have some document, all the document of the church in her time. We have document also the church continental we use, Latin America, Brazil. In her time, she used to have this, to read, to study, and to transmit to the daughters. Was not so easy to have this documentation, but she looked for, and she used to take all the time to improve herself readings always many books on her table. If you visit her or she arrives in the community, first thing she take out some books she bring with her to read, to study. You know? Here we can see is one of her travel. You know? Mother Leonia is recognized from many people. I heard already reading her diary or her writing, but especially diary. They used to say, but she studied theology. No, in that time, theology was only for the priest. No, so, ladies, women was not allowed to join in theology studies. There in Rome was one, after Vatican II, one institute for the sisters formation, Sister Vivianil, Regina Mundi, no? Is one kind of theology, 4 years theology, they call religious sciences for the religious, because religious were not allowed to join in the faculty of theology. No? But slowly, this is part of the history too. No? But in the time of Mother Leonia, just start, after Vatican II, to have some kind of studies, magazine, and books about religious life, about theology for religious. But she was taking advantage all the means in her time to form herself and after to pass to the daughter, especially in form of summary, teaching us what she learned by herself. Next. Formation as a continual practice. Practice, you know what means practice, no? Practice means what we do to grow in our formation. A gradual process, we talk about process already. We define stages. Since the beginning, even in the canon law, in 1917 was the canon law before the actual, no? Talk about religious life. Of course, they used to call stage of religious life more novitiate as preparation, juniorate as temporal formation, temporal vows, and perpetual vows. No? Usually recognize more these three stages and what come before, no? Preparation, pre-novitiate we call. But pre-novitiate was in other time, no? Was not so defined like now. No? Now we have really defined the process, the stage before novitiate. But before you can have a congregation with 6 months postulancy or even less, I don't know, because it was not established, no, the time. Novitiate, yes, at least 12 months, and for some congregation, 2 years. I don't know if there is other 3 years, but 2 years. And also for the juniorate, before was minimum 3 years. Minimum 3 years. After, of course, with the reform, became minimum 5 years. You know? Minimum 5 years. But before it was minimum 3 years. So some sister, they receive possibility not to have perpetual vows ahead of time, like Aparecida Arado, Marta Haddad, in the beginning. They did only 3 years because was requested by the canon law. But since the beginning of the congregation was a continual practice formation, no? A gradual process after staying, as I told you, no? Define stages, but each stage with a specific objective and goals. What we used to say, no, I can say the process of formation was linear, what you call, no? There is starting, there is like an end, because reach perpetual vows, reach what you call the initial formation nowadays. Only after Vatican II and the other document coming, stress about ongoing formation. Especially the last document, Consecrate Life, is talking about formation not only as ongoing formation, but tell about some moment, specific moment to stress the formation, at least every 10 years or in some period of life. It talk about also the formation until the end of our life. So the first point I told there about Jesus, until we identify fully ourselves to him, come from consecrate life. But interesting, I was looking the constitution of the congregation this day. Of course, I'm not bringing to you, but since the first constitution in 1959, the first constitution, of course, approved in 1962 with diocesan approval, talk about ongoing formation rate. This for me was my surprise, going to look at this. And also, if you go to the directory 1961, it means at the beginning of the congregation, Mother Ionia recognized already the need of formation for all stages. She talked about juniorate. Of course, the practice was different, because almost all congregation, we are juniors. In that time, difficult to travel, difficult to reach, reach London, in example. She used to go community to community. When she goes, she used to give formation not only for the juniors, they were majority in the community, but to all sisters. We don't have at the beginning juniorate organized, but we have already in the document provision to have juniorate and to have a specific formation for juniorate. That's why I place here initial stage of formation, aspirancy, because in that time, like we have minor seminary, in that time at the beginning, before Vatican II, especially, even some congregation till now. But before Vatican II, usually the congregation, they have aspirancy. It means teenagers. Teenagers already can enter specific stage for them. They have their studies, but also preparing for religious life. But officially, we have postulancy, the stage before novitiate, and novitiate. These two stages focus on initial formation, because during the novitiate, we're supposed to have, of course, initial information about religious life, all dimensions, to develop after in what we call juniorate nowadays. But in that time, we can see was more ongoing formation because it was in the community formation, retreat with the formation for the sisters and for the superiors. And when talk sisters here, including juniors, consider sister already, and most of the activities were taking the responsibilities, the juniors. That's why difficult also to gather them. The specific formation for the junior started later, but in the document was already stated to have a systematic initial formation. Before, during the juniorate, in the time of Mother Leone, at the beginning of the congregation, of course, and she was the one encouraging for the studies. Because if you look, most of the sisters, majority of the sisters, they enter only with the first fundamental we call, and until grade 8, grade 8 in Italy, at least in Brazil, 2 stages of formation studies, they don't have what we call how you call now the advanced level, no? Here they call advanced level. What means 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 12, no? Advanced level in different kind of formation. In some place they call technical or professional formation. And we don't talk about university, of course, at the beginning of the congregation. So almost all the juniors, they were studying, finishing these studies, advanced level. We don't have religious periodically systematic in the community because they were studying. You can ask to the sister, old ones, no, even me, we start during the juniorate. We finish our studies. But talking about community formation, I want to just tell you this one because it's very important in our time. In our time, we have community formation every day. You can imagine, no? When people say, no, we don't have it. No, we had, but in different way. Because now we have community formation once a week. Was every day, after 3 times a week, after reduce 2 times a week, but longer. At the end, you reduce 1 time a week, but longer. Supposed to be 1 morning, 1 afternoon. I remember that. But we reduce 1 hour, sometime night time. No? So community formation lose, no? Lose a lot. We don't have juniorate, but we have community formation for all sisters. Every day, 1 hour means 1 day, 1 hour for the community, a half hour individual reading. Spiritual reading, you can look in our document. Until now we have, but in the document, for our individual formation, or depending on our formation, and community formation. So formation was always in our congregation priority, at least state in our document. But the reality, it depends, each community, each reality. Okay? I don't know, I can go on this part, but after maybe we can stop for some question before. Okay, I think it's clear, no, about the practice. So I'll always practice, process, different stage, but in different ways, different modality. You can confirm this in the document. Since the first constitution, the first directory. Okay. Campasso. This one is a meaningful symbol, no? I get it from the one sister Julia made. And here we are calling agent of formation, but I wanted by myself, of course, say we have agent of formation, we have mediation of formation. Usually we use the same terminology, but for me it's different. No? Because agent of formation act from inside. No? From inside, spiritual. The Holy Spirit, the Eucharist, the grace of God, the hands of God, no? Works from inside and form us, mold us from inside. But we have mediators. What we usually call agent, some of them, they are mediators. Because mediators are the mistress or formators, mediators, the superiors, mediators are the communities. And mediators nowadays, we used to have some people, no, who participate, we call assessoria or speakers, no, give us some formations, no. They are mediators. Even some courses, modular courses, whatever we have nowadays, no? They are mediation, no? Individual mediations, environment mediations, no? Form us, experiences, form us, no? But agent of formation really are the spiritual, because acting as from inside. The Holy Spirit, the Trinity, the grace of God, the sacrament, they transform us from inside, strengthen us. So just to give you some insight. But of course, looking at the formation, we use this, the agent of formation. In that time, at the beginning, recognize the mistress and superiors. The mistress, especially for the novitiate and for the pre-novitiate, what we call formator nowadays, is superiors, because most of the formation, especially junior formation, ongoing formation, we are giving in the communities. That's why superiors, they have a task, even now in the Constitution, a task to be animators of the community, to support, to encourage the system, their formation. Okay? It's a task from the founders until every sister contribute in her service to our formation. Example, if the junior is one community, apostolic community, the sister in charge for the apostolate, for the school, for whatever we do, she's formative because she's a guide for the young ones, especially for the young ones. So each sister has this task to be formator, formator through her witness or through her guide to the young ones. That's why I am here as a formator, not giving formation because a task, a task, but sharing my experience in this way. We can support each other. Next. Historical phases in the formation process. I anticipate with you, so I can go very fast in this point. In the time of the founders and co-founders, it is about 1953 and 1975. After I will say why I talk here 75. The classic formators were the mistress of novitiate classic. The mistress of novitiate, the postulancy, and aspirancy. And I explained already before to you, because juniorate, they were in the communities. And the superiors, giving information, but also the founders guiding this formation. We have some name here just for the history. The first novice mistress in the congregation, Marisa Somese, and Madre Marta helping. Madre Marta was a Brazilian, the one who wrote the history of the congregation since the beginning of the sisters. She guided them, even introducing them to Don Geraldo. Was the one, no? She was not officially novice mistress, but she was always beside of the formator, official formator, giving classes, what we call nowadays giving classes, no? We call now, but in that time, giving formation, especially charismatic formation. Madre Olympia, the second one, novice, was my formator, novice formator, and Madre Alda Chiani in Europe. She was a novice mistress. Why I place in 1975? Because in 1976 started the provinces. This is important in our history. 1976, in the chapter, was officially recognized the provinces. And after the provinces, each province started organizing her own process of formation. It means in Brazil, Europe, and Africa. You don't have Asia, no? In Europe, Africa. So you will see in the next stage, no? Until 75, the initial formation was in Brazil, in Londrina, for all. Only was the case for Europe, no? We can go the next. So after the confounders as formators, we have the second stage of formators. We have already starting provinces. So you see the name of formators increase. No? Started being many because started the process of formation in the provinces. We have in Brazil, for those who know, no? Aparecida Arado, Anselmo was my formator in pre-novitiate, Dalva Tomazin, Ana Bruscato, after the death of Mother Leonia, Fátima Naves, you know, Aparecida Carvalho, at the end, she was in Brazil, in Argentina. I praise her name because she was also counselor of formation for 2 mandates. No? So these are in Brazil, Argentina. But we have in Europe, starting in 1980, so me and Sister Laz were the pioneers. No? All these sisters, they were formed by the founders in the school of the founders. Ana Lucia de Mello, she was the third. You know, I entered in the government. Sister Lars took over after Sister Ana Lucia, and Sister Irene. Sister Irene was never mistress, novitiate or other, but she was always giving formation. You know, like you know, she was not for one stage of formation, but giving formation all the time, especially Philippines. No? But the other, we were formators, novice formators, and juniors formator. I cannot say to you because I know the other. I don't know the formation of the other. But to have a specific formation for novice mistress, Sister Laz and me, we are the first ones. And Mother Leone wanted, but she passed away. And she planned this. He asked Mother Lydia to send us to prepare ourselves. And she passed away. And we, the first classes we did in her time, because was in Italy, in Rome, start one school for novice mistress, 3 years, but 15 days a year. July, during the vacation, no? Was this school for the novice mistress. Was the first school for novice mistress. We have given our certificate, no? I don't know about the other, but I have a Sister Lazaro also the certificate for mistress, novice mistress. And we attend also Claritiano Religious Life, the Institute was at the beginning. You know, Claritiano, other day celebrate 50 years, no? And Claritiano was at the beginning when we have our formation there. 1 year, once a week, of course, religious life, and this is specific for novice mistress. In Africa, we have this, known the time of Mother Leonia also, Marina Delfino, Lucia Bidot, is from our novitiate, and Fatima Lima. We are in middle, no? Formed in the time of Mother Leonia, but giving continuation to the confondres, formators, becoming formators. And the program of formation we have, this was really a challenge for us. Because in the time of founders, we had our founders giving information, coming personally, no? Taking care of formation. But we started like climbing in the mirror, no? Climbing the mirror, because we know the objective of formation, where we have to reach, but we don't have guide like now. We have only what we have to teach. In Constitution, Directory, in the plan, only the topic, no? Like the INS, no? The formation. Which are the aspects to form, and some titles. But we don't have a specific guide. Even looking in library, I remember when I start for the novices, I went with this paper, know all the dimension of formation in the topic, and with the Belera, Sister Elizabeth, no, the priest there, looking which book I can find, you know, to give liturgy formation to a sacrament or Bible or moral, theology moral, all these things. So I went there, I came back with I don't know how many books, trying to have the simple ones, books, for me to study and make like a summary, no? To give to them. I couldn't buy one book for each one, no? But buy books to prepare the formation for the novices. And the same Sister Lazaro, no? She followed me in formation. So that's why here, no? Since we have in different provinces, I can tell you about me, about us. But I don't know the other, no? with the same program, but they don't have all the material. Maybe I was fortunate because in Rome, I was able to find small books, many books, no, to have all the topics. But in other realities, Brazil, Africa, of course, more difficult for them to have the material. For the congregation, no, we have, no, charismatic formation, but to give other subject for the formation. Until 1989, you can imagine almost 10 years we are there, no, because in 1989, we start to have more guide, more document, even for the charismatic formation, because we start to have document about formation, like the document of charism. It's already there, know all the dimensions. And some other document came after this period. For me, Sister Lazarus, maybe the first ones, no, but especially for us, was hard time because we have to create, looking the document of the founders, okay, but also like I told you, no, collecting, photocopy all the message of Don Geraldo, asking other material, no photocopy, for us to give it to the 4 months. And we have many research, Sister Elizabeth can say, no? In our formation, novitiate formation, with the 4 months, we work a lot in research about some topic. Next, Sister Vivian. Okay, here just to relax, no? I wanted to place other, no? We have for Indonesia. You can see here, maybe if you see the picture, they are the first ones, first group. No, I was still in the Philippines at that time. We have Sister Laz, Jasmine here, oh, you see, Judith. No? They are still postulant. And we have Africa. No? Africa, the new formate already priest, the new generation. And we have here, of course, Sister Elizabeth, Didol, some other already, you know. Some new formators, 4 months, maybe still, you know. But the new coming, we are in the transition, no? Transition, but we are already formation in different contexts. That's why I place the picture, no? Provinces, we have Europe, Brazil, Europe, Africa, but the third generation, we have already Asia, and even Africa extended, no? Extended, because nowadays we have province, Africa, but we have Mozambique, no? Different novitiate in the same continent, no? The other continent is one novitiate for all continent because of language. Next, after the last two stop, to have a break. The third generation of formators in the provinces and delegation. Delegation. This from 1991. You know, Philippines was 90, no? 90, the sister, no? A sister Vivi's there, the first fruit, no? As 4 months, and of course, after as formator, no? Here you can see the name always more and more, no? But of course, this some name, especially the official formators, because you have some assistant, junior, still assisting formation. We don't place them as a formator because they were still 4 months, no? But already working the formation. This is the third stage. especially because they are from the realities, different realities they come. We have many here in Brazil. We have here in Europe. I didn't place the last one. We have some transition, no? For a short time, no? But the ones at least no shade, no? Who has no shade wear no shade mistress. And we have in Asia, no? Sister Vivian from there first, after Ana Maria also. Ana Maria knew the founders. She should be in the other group, no? Should be in the other group in this sense. She was in the time of founders. And she was formed also from the founders, no? She can complain with me, she's displaced here, no? But the time she take formation is with these others, no? That's why she's a middle, no? Formed in the time of the founders, but as a formator coming after. Agnes, Rhea, Jasmine, Hilde, we can say also Sister Gidol, no? No mistress official, but in the formation, maybe others, no? Helping. But here, just some, no all, we didn't place all. I want you to look at this picture. Just the picture, no? This is very important for the formation. We have at the back always Jesus. We cannot forget. We are forming an image of Jesus. No? And after Jesus, only after Jesus, because they follow Jesus, we have our founders. As disciples, at the same time, formators, because they were disciples, authentic disciples. But we too should be in front of Mother Leonia, no? Each one of us in front of Mother Leonia, having in the back, always in the back of us as a formator, our founders, and of course, Jesus Christ, Mama Mary, even Saint Antonio Mary Claret, we can say, no? But just this kind of image to remind us, no? We cannot forget, we are not the one agent, but only mediator. And witness, sharing, you know, sharing journey with the formats. This is very important. Okay, next. New steps in formative pedagogy. This especially we can say in 1991, when it started to be planned the formation, no? To be planned the formation, we have these new steps. Because we are already in different contexts, no? Different contexts, and so the formation is not so unified. But slowly, we have one kind of differences. So the new plan of formation will bring us back and to have more unifying formation. Because here the formation, we have some good steps on starting. Formation better adapt to the various continents and new languages. 1991, we have already in Asia. In Asia context, no? It started very strongly, no? Until now. We have new steps also, introduction of new methodology in different realities, but also new ideological currents. Like in Latin America, we have one time a psychologist, no? Psychology become and take over all the other dimensions. Was a new step, but maybe also one ideological current. Huh? the positive side, but also the negative, because take you over even theological formation, Christian formation, charismatic formation. So we are going back, to make some kind of, how you can say, limits, because should be wider in all dimensions, not one dimension, unilateral. We have this new methodology, positive, but also some ideological currents according to the continents. We can say Latin America more theology of theology of liberation, almost less formation and more activities with the poor, social, became like more social formation. But we have in Europe, in some period, more doctrinal, because develop all the universities, all the courses, and maybe the risk to be too much theoretical and less practice, less missionary. And we start in Africa and also in Asia. Of course, there are specific contribution with the what we call modular class, modular class, positive aspect, enriching aspect, but of course have some kind of risk, to form all congregation the same. If I don't know, I cannot say in the Philippines, but in some place, because we are in Africa, so all congregations should follow more or less this kind of ideology or realities. And in Asia, in different places, we are experiencing even in the sister formation here for the juniors. Thanks be to God, they are international. With Sister Judith Tam, we comment at home. It's good they are international. If not, we form all Sri Lanka. Too much influence of the culture, like the culture is more important than other aspect. But we are missionary. We are missionary, of course, integrating the culture, but open to other realities. So we have this enrichment, but also some challenges. We have formation team integrated by external agent and advisors. This point also are new step in reaching formation, but where they were not very well chosen, they brought some kind of influence. Maybe Sister Elizabeth can understand what we can say here, from other realities, If you call one really fully from the theology of liberation, he wants impose on that kind. Or in Europe, theoretical, another sign. So this enrichment of external mediation or mediators, enrich from one aspect, but need to be careful, who we call, where we bring our formands. That's why the formate should be always together, because the responsibility to care for the formation is always ours. Person more mature, able to please see everything after the serve, and with the foreman discuss about what we can apply for us and what maybe we just leave there. The last point, participation in intercongregational formation program. Very positive. We can see very positive this aspect, because what I know until now, all the intercongregational formation program, they are always checked, no? Or supervised by the superiors, no? The formators, the superiors, so there is have some kind of evaluation, no? I can say from Philippines, I have my experience there. I can say here, even in Africa or in Brazil, no? And in Italy also, no? So I think this was a very big contribution for the formative pedagogy, because we learn, from others. Even for us, for me, I feel this new step, the actual formators, they are fortunate, we say, no? Fortunate because they are not alone. They receive, they can have help also, no? Our congregation, other congregation. Okay, we arrive here, maybe we'll... The next, Sister Vivian, let us see if we stop where we stop. This is very simple, sister. You can recognize methodology, pedagogy, no? Used for the process of formation. I told already in different times, no, but always there is, no? Conferences we used to call before. It means presentation of the topic, no? Formation as a theoretical, given, no? By founders, by formator, by other person who help us in different realities. Retain, synthesis of the team. Not only you receive, but we need to give. This in the past, this in the present, If you go listen, but you don't take by yourself, don't make some notes and some kind of review, nothing remains. No? This is one aspect important. I didn't place here, but the witness may be supposed to go first. First pedagogy, we receive seeing the formators, seeing the person, learning from their example. This from the founders until now. Formator should be witness more than... I don't remember much about my formating novitiate. I don't remember much what she taught us, of course, something, yes. But I can remember her gesture, how he treated us, how she was. That's why first point, we need to care for the person of formator. She should be formated by her witness, person who is identified with her vocation. Identified with her vocation, identified with the charism, ready to serve, happy or at least not accepting her task, embrace her task, if not, it will be a disaster. No? But this maybe we can reserve for one formation with the director of formators, Sister Vivian. One time maybe, the person of formators maybe should be apart, we have many to say about the formators, But here, the pedagogy, we or she teach by herself, with herself. Deepening the thing, reading, researching, this is very important. It was important before, it's important now. Of course, reflection, internalization, personal commitment, sharing. All these points belong to the past, it belongs to the present. Monthly individual meeting, sharing life. In the past, we have So we need to make some kind of evaluation, same to our founders, no, in that time. But now we have in the community, we have in the stage of formation, this kind of mental individual meeting, accompaniment, and meeting with the formation, no? Formator, and also among the group. This is very important, helpful. And the last one, visual material. Of course, in that time, we don't have like now internet, We have pictures, magazine. We look for some kind of pictures, make our own banners, homemade or artistic. Just looking for some pictures like we make PowerPoint now, no? Just go to the internet, you find. But before, no, we have to look some pictures, our design, drawer, something. Posters made by ourselves or some other. Slide, the diapositive, slide is like a small, we have the machine like a movie, we make by ourselves also. And super old moves, short moves. This was available at the beginning, and nowadays, I don't tell you because you know more than me. Methodology and pedagogy, finish, Next. Time and means of formation. Use for the formation. Daily formation. The novices, all the time, they have daily formation. Minimum 3 hours. Because need time. In communities, we have 1 hour, but daily in the past. I told you already, was reducing, concentrating, but at the end, reduced to 1 time a week. It's not 1 hour a week, sister. Please. Because 1 hour a week, we don't do nothing. Since nowadays we have once a week, supposed to be at least 1 hour and a half, because half an hour to concentrate. To make the prayer, to concentrate, to listen, some kind of thing we have to share, to agree together, and what remains for the formation. So it need to be once nowadays, once a week, okay. But please don't put all night time, and please don't make 1 hour, because you do nothing. We're supposed to be more generous, giving more time for our community formation, and also more time for our personal. Second point, spiritual reading. Since the beginning, we have half the hour. Until now, sister. Daily. But sometimes we don't take even 50 minutes to read the Gospel for tomorrow. It's the only reading we make sometimes. This really is a means of formation. It cannot be less than. Personal and community evaluation, monthly. Since the beginning, nowadays, personal, I told you already, personal dialogue with the mistress or formator monthly was at the beginning. Nowadays, the plan of formation require more often. But at least what is written there, accompaniment. This is one form of formation nowadays, one means of formation. The personal accompaniment. Communication, sharing by letter in the past. Madalione, Superior, General, Superior. After monthly recollection, after annual retreat, we have our own evaluation. And so, really, we are called to be committed, or what we call nowadays protagonist because no other write for us. We are called to do for ourselves our evaluation, monthly and yearly evaluation. Life program revealed during the retreat, annual retreat, and also during the, to make annually our how PPE, personal project of life, and community project of life, apostolate, we are called to reveal, of course, deeply every year, but also during the month, especially in the meeting of the community or in our recollection to see our individual and to see also our community, because this is a means of formation. If you never evaluate, we start already, go to our meeting, community meeting, and already planning. Planning for the new year, but we don't spend 5 minutes to see how was the month for us. Which challenge we experienced, some point not to improve. So it's very important, this is the dimension of evaluation. Okay, Sister Vivian, maybe we can stop here, no? Is 10 o'clock already? I can only see you, Sister Vivian. What is your proposal?
Yes, sister. I think we can be faithful to our schedule. We stop at 12:30 for us here in Philippines, Indonesia, and for you there is, I think, 10:30. So we have lunch break because of the difference of time is 2 hours and a half. But I think my sisters agree with me that we have a very rich morning now. We have a very rich input and we can digest it during our lunch break. And we can go on as the schedule we have agreed upon. Yeah, and we
Yes, you can think better also what is the proposal for the next, because maybe some point you want deep, as I told, it's important. We are talking about historically the process, no? But maybe after I need to see example on the formator. We have a very rich document we have, since the time of the Mother Leonia. How is important the person of formators, since we are all formators, formators, and also the superiors, community superior, acting as a formators with the juniors, no?
Yes, sister.
So,
I think each one of us can make our own reflection, what is very touching, or what really, what happened to us while we are listening, to the input of sister that will be continued this afternoon. And also, it will also give way not only if we have to talk about the person, not only a person of formators as the mandated formators, but also I think for superiors. And maybe we can consider that one, sister, in another encounter, especially because all superiors are also formators no. So yeah, that's sisters.
If you have any question after, before we go on, start, you can make your question. Okay?
Okay, sister. Yeah, so for now we have a break.
Yeah, thank you so much for the patience. I was very long, 2 hours.
No, for me, for me, it's very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Yeah, very enriching, sister.
I
Because
also
it's
saw
our own.
you there in the picture. I saw Sister Dulcinéa in the picture. I interviewed her, Sister Anna, many one.
Yeah, you saw there your picture. Yes.
It's
Okay.
really beautiful, sister, because you pass on to us. No, you pass on to us. After you generate your generation, there's the generation of sister. No, Sister Ana Maria is the generation of yours, but as a formator, no. Then the Sister Elizabeth in the
I am a
middle.
fruit. I am the fruit.
Mm,
I am the fruit of the novitiate of Sister Dulcinéa.
until the youngest. Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
sister.
Thanks so much. Having your break. Enjoy your
Okay.
Have
See
a
you
blessed
later.
Bon appetito.
Grazie.
See you
Thank you.
later.
Bye-bye. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sisters.
Bye-bye. Thank you, sisters.
Bye-bye.
That is me.
Bye
Thank you.
bye. Enjoy your lunch.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, go up, sister. Very rich.